1 to 8, just identify who you want all the points. Mike, okay? Okay, we go through it together, understand? Okay, number 1. Power is zero sum game created by the control of resources. Correct? Is that what Google said? No. No. Who said this? Who said this? Who said this? Resource dependency? No. Resource dependency, even though they talk about resource, they didn't say it's zero sum. Yeah? They didn't. Nobody said this. Maybe more like Marx. How Marx would have said something like this. Alright? Power comes from control of resources and information within company. Number 2, is it okay? Is that Carl White? Number 2, no. Number 2 belongs to resource dependency. Number 3, power is background information. Is that Carl White? Number 3. Number 3, yes. Number 3, yes, that is Carl White. Number 4, powers come from official positions in companies. Is that Carl White? No. Where is this from? Number 4, anyone? Number 3 is White. Number 4 is not White. No, actually I'm just trying to go one by one. Yeah, so this one, which is are true. So I'm just going one by one, which one true, which one not true. Yeah, so instead of get you to do it, we do it together. Yeah, so we check out one by one together. Number 4, not White. Who would say something like this? Who would say something like this? Anyone? Who? Sorry? Weber, very good. Weber would say something like this. Who else? Who else? Resource dependency. Yeah, resource dependency says something like this too. Yeah? Power comes from official decisions. Number 5, power is vested in the office hierarchy and people on top of the hierarchy use power over people at the bottom. Who say number 5? Who? Just now who said something. Who's that? Number 5? Number 5? Anyone? Number 5?
Andy.
Sorry?
Andy. Resource dependency.
Who's that?
Weber.
Number 5? Weber. Yeah. Number 5 is very Weber. What about resource dependency? No. Resource dependency says power is vested in the office position, but not office hierarchy. And it doesn't mean that people on top may have power over people at the bottom. They didn't say that. Yeah? Power comes from the position to control resources. Sometimes people at the bottom may have the power to control certain information. Number 6, surveillance in companies is a manifestation of power. Is that Carl White? Number 6. Carl White or not? Yes. Number 7, open conflict. Is that what White said? Did you hear me talking about conflict? No. No, that is not White. Yeah. Who said that? Nobody said that, actually. Nobody talked about open conflict. Number 8. Is that White? Number 8, White or not?
Institution.
No, not White. Whose idea is this?
Institution.
Institutionalism. Okay? Good. Right. Okay. Any questions? This is how. Why don't you have to say just a little bit more things and then we'll that. This part here is subject, right? I don't know why it is there. Because I don't think they can answer this question. Anyway, research in organization depends on the epistemology. Yeah? Which means, if they are really forced to write this kind of question, yeah, you have to start. Maybe you have to write that down. Structural approach and interpretive approach will use different techniques, correct? Macro research. Yeah? The macro, okay, before they do research, generally they'll start with some kind of secondary data. Balance sheet, financial account, mission statement. They'll look at secondary data first. Primary data can be gathered by interview survey or PO. Now, this is when you write. Depends on science or civics or non-science. So, if you have something like Carl White just now, what kind of research do we have? What kind of method? Okay? Now, maybe I ask you, what kind of design, what kind of method? Next week, if you come back here, chapter 2. If you have the theoretical idea of Carl White just now, the way of fluid, ever changing. Yeah? It's about unpredictable things, sense making, strategic rationality, loosely coupled system, improvisation, good faith. That's what it's actually called, the logic of confidence and good faith. Yeah, that's something called logic of confidence and good faith. If you have that kind of ontological idea, what kind of epistemological idea would that be? Now, you don't know, again, you know, but you have to get back to think a little bit. It will be interpretivist. Yeah, it will be interpretivist. What kind of design would be best? To see how people organize themselves. How managers provide good faith, making sense. What kind of design? Anyone? Design? In about 2 weeks, you're going to have this video, right? Then you guys make sure that you massive training, okay? Massive training. So, what design do we have? You know the design? How many designs we have? We only have 4 designs. So the chance is 20% right, 25% right. Design is survey, ethnography. What else? Experiment and comparative. Which one? Pick one. Anyone? Anyone go for survey? Experiment? Ethnography? Very good. Maybe ethnography research. Yeah? Go there, open eyes, open ear. What kind of method will be best? How many methods? We have 6 methods. Questionnaire, structured interview, in-depth interview, participant observation, statistic, analysis of document. Which one is really best? PO, very good. PO. Can you do in-depth interview as well? PO, can it be covered? Should it be covered over? You can do both covered over, right? Then you can hire the company, you can go and see how they, how managers manage, you can be covered, and then the sub-problem will be covered, right? Yeah, you can be offered. You can just tell them, I'm here, I would like to, those consultants do go there, actually do offered participant observation, right? Go there and check out how people do, they get the information, same thing. Okay, so if it is about research, if it is Carl White, you have non-science. Yeah? look at this word non. I have to highlight and highlight. Yeah, non-science oriented studies. Those which I labeled it as structural wouldn't be science, including Weber. I just want to really including Weber. Because then you would then have to identify that as structure, just like the questionnaire, and then go and see whether the organization looks like this. Right. Okay. Another thing that you see in the subject guide is about technologies. So now you know internet technology is now evasive, you know, so it gets into all activities, including organizations. Do you remember network organization? Castells, network organization. Another type of organization that you should discuss that as well. You know, you can bring Castell here as well. This is what quite interesting idea. David Leon. How about surveillance society? This idea of surveillance society is not new, but it is really, really real now. You know, the idea of surveillance society was done in this work of George Orwell's The Big Brother is Watching You. This one was 1949, something like that, yeah? Long, long time ago. George Orwell already write about government tracking people. Yeah, even though that time technology was primitive. And you know, with advancement in technology, we are all being tracked all the time, constantly, through everything we do. Yeah? Now, they have Google Earth and all that, you know, and they track your position when they ask, okay, you want us to register your position? They know where you go. Consumers are controlled through credit cards, store, loyalty cards. Yeah, now we connect surveillance society, global form. Surveillance, you know, like last month there was news about what US, France, and all that. US like spying on France, spying on Malaysia, spying on all kinds of people. Yeah, they spy on each other countries. They spy on their citizens as well. So, surveillance society is now. So this is another way to think of organization. Postmodern organization look at organization in terms of loose and temporary. I mentioned just now that nowadays organization is seen and, you know, people favor the type of flat structure rather than hierarchical structure. Okay. Yeah, not rigid hierarchy. It's more, not rigid division also. Yeah, job rotation is seen to be good because it makes people less alienated. Yeah? You know, Marx say people are alienated maybe partly because we are specialized and we are doing the same thing all the time. Yeah? That's why we are alienated from the process of production. Yeah? So that's not an idea that kind of thing is not very good because it makes people one-dimensional. They are bored, they can't identify with the whole organization. They just do a little thing. So then sometimes, now, job rotation into different departments is quite encouraged. Yeah? Loosely, temporary collection of people. You know, now we are thinking of organic organization. Yeah? More flat, few layers of authority, more flexible, can react quickly. Network organizations, this is what Castell emphasized. Okay. Waterman and Tim, this is in your subject guide. Yeah, talk about those. This another type of labor right movement, which is again another type. I don't think we look at that. Virtual organization, yeah, organizations that have no physical presence. Yeah, Waterman and Tim also look at this type of organizations in terms of labor movement. Okay, so now I'm done. And now you know, last time my first lecture on organization, I got you to do like, what you think about interpretation, but I didn't give you the answer. Actually, the answer was really there. I asked you to do chicken farm, I didn't give you the answer actually there. I forgot to show you the answers are all there. And airline. tutorial today, but I am changing it. Instead of getting you to look at these questions, I'm going to let you, I will assign questions. But this time, instead of doing it in group, you do it individually. Yeah, you can talk to your friends, but group sometimes take too long. That's the thing. If you know how to write, show your creativity. If you don't know, I'm going to guide you part by part. Yeah? Now let's have a look at the questions. We are going to see, let's do question or year from 2011. Which is question 20, 21, not yeah, just 20, a few minutes reading to that. Okay, don't do number 20 because I don't have the answer here. Yeah, I have to. Okay, we start from number 21 then. Okay, number 21 says, so we have 21, 2, 3. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 questions. No, I'm sorry, 6 questions because one of the questions look alike. Okay, number 21, what we manage again. Number 22, organization environment. Number 22 and number 23, I say question. Yeah, show up different year. So we have 21, 22, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 questions. Yeah, 6 questions. Let's assign. So we will let these 2 rows do question 20, 21. Yeah? 22, 2 rows, 23. No. Actually, how many questions? We have 6, right? 6. Okay. 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20, all those 26. No, number no 23. What's wrong with you? Okay, number 21, 2 rows, 22, 2 rows, 24, this row, 25, 6, 7. Okay? Alright, now, so what you do is, take out a piece of paper, make sure that you write big, and make sure that you leave side margins or don't write it full up because I'm going to blow up later on. Not blow up, zoom it in. When you finish, and I don't know why this class is so many people. My next class is so few people. I know like people are here. So, later I'm going to go and collect from you. You can do it individually, you can do it together with a pair or something, but don't do it because you can do it. Yeah? If you know how to do it, just flaunt it. Start now. If you don't, take a piece of paper, I'm going to tell you how to write. Yeah? Okay, take a piece of paper now. Get ready. Don't forget to leave margin here aside. And then we're going to start together now. Okay? Come. Take a piece of paper quickly. Piece of paper that you can hand it to someone. Yeah, later you can hand me the paper. Okay, now what you do is write your question on top there so that later when we come and show, you know what question you are trying to and number 22, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have you got it? Have you got it? Okay, now you start. Start writing. Yeah? Those of you who need my guide, start writing, start to introduce the organization in 1 or 2 lines. Write it now. Say something about organizations in 1 or 2 lines. Begin right now. You're supposed to do that in a minute. Yeah? Just write something to dress up your organization in 1 or 2 lines. Begin writing. Right now. Organization is ubiquitous, it's all around us, or something like that. Or organization is a topic in the 70s or whatever. Just write down. Quickly, 2 lines. 1 or 2 lines. It doesn't matter if it's not to be beautiful yet, because you are just trying to dress it up. This is not too important. The important is the impression. Yeah? And later you can go and try to see how to dress it up better. Have you got that 1, 2 lines? If you know how to write, I just continue. You don't have to follow. Yeah? Tell them, oh, this is organization, such a big deal, it's important, it's you can't live without it, you can't live without you know, anything. Or, you know, we won't have this great big thing called, what is it called, the Garden by the Bay in Singapore without organization, or anything that make organization a topic. Okay, you finish that already? Now, write problem with definition. Write problem with definition. There's no agreement to what it is. Quickly write that down. Continue another 1 or 2 lines onto that. How much you're going to write depends very much on your question. If your question needs a lot of definition later on, you write this short. But later, if your question got nothing much do you have to write about, this part can be long. So, problem with definition. Quickly write down problem with definition. Okay, problem with definition. Yeah, say something like there's no agreement. And then you can say the most popular definition comes from who, or you can say there's competing definition between who and who. you got your problem with definition? Have you got your problem with definition? Okay. This is so short. I haven't started. No, just follow. Just understand. Okay, by now you would have introduction to organization. You would have problem with definition. Now, let's write your question. Make sure that you have something to create transition between that sentence or definition and this one, and your question. Provide some kind of transition into it, yeah, so that it doesn't appear like another topic, yeah. There must be a flow into this, maybe few lines that say I understand your question, yeah. That this question doesn't have a fixed answer. There is a debate. Yeah, that's a debate on if you are doing 21, yeah, rewrite this, number 22, or different ways to think about. You know, you don't have to write in terms of debate, you can say varied, that explanation, different ways, no agreement about this, that, write these questions in. If you can, change the word, rewrite it. Okay. Number 21, nothing much defined. Number 22, you have to define the environment, and say what are, okay, and say what are the two different approaches. Number 24, you have to define the operation. Number 25, what it means by the insight. Number 26, what it means by compare, what it means by change. Number 27, what it means by compare, what it means by structure, what it means by function. Define it. This part is the most difficult. Yeah. And whether you will get it to time up or not time up depends very much on this part. Yeah, this should be something like 3-4 lines. Yes. Yeah, and once you finish addressing the question, showing that you know what they asked you to do, and then now you answer. You answer as to which perspective you would bring in to answer this, and briefly say, if you can, if it's too long, don't need to say briefly, don't need to briefly say. You know, you can just introduce them and say, okay, these are the guys you're going to bring in, or these are the perspectives you're going to bring in. If it is not too long, yeah, and if you can, say how each perspective answer question differently. Yeah, I give you another 5 minutes to finish all this, and I'm coming back. let's read. Large informal organizations already existed in ancient time, in ancient China, Greek, Egypt, and China. Without them, great monuments such as Great Wall of Taj Mahal wouldn't have been materialized. However, there is no agreement on the definition of globalization. Organization has become ubiquitous, a social issue, and a sociological problem. So there is no study of sociology of organization. Managers benefit from the study through macro and micro perspectives. Macro perspective will be population ecology, and micro perspective is interpretive. Through these two perspectives, manager will be able to understand workplace change. You think it's okay? This one answer question. No problem. That's introduction. Yeah. Somehow this part here sticks out quite ambiguously. This part about agreement. Yeah. I would say you take it out. Yeah. Even though I asked you to write it, it doesn't seem to go into this. Yeah. You just take it out. You say organization exists last time, but now, yeah, organization becomes ubiquitous, a social issue, no problem. That's why we study it. Okay. This one to this one doesn't have a good transition. Yeah? Managers benefit through macro, micro. This one here, I would say you would start writing manager benefit from. Do you ever understand? Yeah? Yeah? But to understand what the change, and then later on say, yes, that's a macro, micro approach to it. Okay? That's a good line. Okay. When I see this, I say, let me have like a movement. Okay, so, I help the master of meeting try to write it. Okay, let's read. Organization is a social unit of people that is structured and managed to meet the need or to pursue collective goals. Good organizations have management structure that determines relationships between different entities and the members and the subjects. Devise and assign roles, responsibilities. Okay, no problem. Roles. Wait. This is and so many and. Where's up at the end, yeah? Yeah? So I don't have to complete all these ends. Different societies have different types of opinion of organization, which would help managers in understanding how organization is structured, how they are formed, and operate. Very good. Firstly, population ecology, which depends on environment, according to my this one I like to explain. Population ecology depends on the environment. What? They don't depend. The organization depends on the environment, not they depend on the environment. Yeah. Not that population ecology depends on the environment. We say that organization depends on the environment. Okay, good. No problem. See that, yeah? Oh, you don't have that much time. Let's just do one more. Let's just get one. Okay. Oh, sorry. Can I switch it, please? I prefer these two. Okay, I did the same thing. Okay, never mind. Organizations are created when people come together in groups to achieve collective goals. Okay? However, many theories define. Can you read or not? Can you read?
Because I can't zoom it, I don't know how. Would have that. Can you see? Organizations are created when people come together in groups to achieve collective goals. However, main theories define their form, define them from many different perspectives. There is no fixed agreed upon definition. One of the popular theory of organization comes from Weber, Idita, and Lucy. And in the organization, there will be people in charge or managers to take on certain role to lead the organization, its goal. That's the relationship of managers to make decisions for the best interest. That is key. Managers study the society.
Sociology.
Managers study the society of organization. Managers can manipulate if they are able to understand what effect on organizations such as exogenous events. Okay, I tell you that, yeah. These are not too long, too much of the general information. Yeah, even though I think it is correct because you need it in order to link it to how managers, the idea that managers, decision of managers are critical. So the questions say what? The questions say. What would managers gain? Managers study the sociology of organization. Don't say that because they don't. Managers can gain if they are able to understand what effect on organizations such as external. Okay, this is a good one. You have to reduce all this. Yeah, this is the answer. This is what the question asks you to do, but you can't got the answer. Yeah, so you have to write in the answer. Yeah, who would answer some of these questions? So I think we run out of time for the first question. Let's have a look at the second question. This is on second. How organizations influenced by the environment in which they operate. This one is very similar to your assignment. In pre-modern times, people were mainly ordered in groups or networks like families, clan, and rural communities. Through industrialization, the world has evolved into group organization consisting hundreds of thousands of people who plays a part in forming the architect of modern society. Members of this organization communicate with each other, subjected to power and authority, and they socialize into norms which have become part of the new social network. This is okay, but you don't need this. Actually, I think it's very too much. However, organizations are ubiquitous and has become a social issue, which there is a debate among different sociologies of the definition. These whole things, just like the paper earlier on, even though correct, relevant, but too much dressed up, too much general information. You haven't started the question yet. You don't have time to put in all these. They have different ontological view of how organizations can emerge and how to change and define an organization. This topic can be discussed in terms of theory, but by many different theories. This one, don't know what the question is. After reading through this, you don't know what the question is. In fact, the question says, organization affected by the environment in which they operate. I don't see any environment here. Oh, I'm sorry. There are many different organizations that emerge and how. Oh, I'm sorry. How change in the environment affects the. I'm sorry. I find this here. Okay, this is the question, which is good. So this is too long. This is fine. Yeah? This topic can be discussed in terms of this theory. In actual reality, you may want to reduce this and expand this part. Yeah? What do they say in terms of environment? Actually, I would prefer somebody who makes mistake. I haven't seen a mistake. Yeah? Mistake is better. Because then you learn better. Organizations are the architect of modern society. The design of organization reflects the environment. To generate how organization operates, that basing on the environment, with two approaches. The two approaches are population ecology and resource dependency. Population ecology is that the organization are part of the organization, founder, organization, actor, and all that is a detail. Oops. This essay will elaborate how organizations operate, affected by the environment, based on population ecology and resource dependency. So if you read this one, you know this comes from a foreign student. Yeah? We are not going to mark your grammar because they don't. Yeah? They will excuse your grammar because there's some wrong usage of grammar here. Doesn't matter. Yeah? But what matters is somehow the flow into this kind of, this one is you expand things that shouldn't expand, and sometimes the place that you put the sentence somehow quite wrong. Okay, this is okay. Yeah. Organization is the architect of modern society. Okay, design of organization. This is fine, no problem. Yeah, to look at how organization operates. Okay, there are two approaches. Fine. And then you write about PE and resource dependency. Okay, and PE, the organization partly the result of organizational founder of intentional action. This is too much. You want to reduce this one and talk about what they mean by the environment. Different opinions. Yeah? More in big picture. Yeah? What they mean by environment and resource. What is environment? Without having to write too much detail because all these later will come in the body. Yeah? The essay would elaborate how organizational operation, you have to, is affected by the environment. Yeah. According to, I did some thing, population ecology and resource dependency. Now, it is written by somebody who's one student. Information, whether this answers the question, it does. But does it give a wow impression? It doesn't. Yeah? It doesn't. It's a, now, compared to those other ones that we had earlier on, this is much worse. No, it is not. It is not. Yeah, it's not just the language that is not great, but somehow the flow, a bit off, not totally nice flow, but at least this answers the question. Yeah, so if you write like that in an exam, I think you can pass. Yeah, but is it going to be a high pass? Maybe not. Yeah, from look at the intro, we know how the paper is going to turn out. An organization can formally be described as oriented, boundary maintenance, and social constructed system of human activity as done by Ulrich. However, the definition is widely contested. Yeah, as different people have different viewpoints of organization. Yeah, this is a good way to say because it says this is the definition, and it breaks by however. Yeah, that's different definition. This problem gives us our first learning point about how theories differ in that explanation of organization. Okay, fine. This is still general. Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, this is about how managers. Next, we go into organizational environment and content and understand how it affects the organization. Yeah, this next one is not a very good way to do. And also how it can manipulate the environment. I would like this person to, in fact, after this, yeah, put in this question more quickly here before you go into other things. Yeah, because these other things seem to be what managers learn. They seem to be the information that will be written later on. Yeah? In organization environment, understand how it affects the organization, how it can manipulate it. These are why managers should learn. Yeah, so you put in the question here, and then these are the answers why managers should learn. Yeah, we can also learn about power in organization and all that. Okay, this is good. It's just at the flow. This one make you think ambiguous as to what is this question? Why are you raising this third, second, fourth point? In fact, these are the points that later will be written in terms of why managers should study. Yeah. Now, it will be better though if these points would be connected with theories. Yeah. If these points are connected. So that it becomes a theoretical debate. Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't be doing this one, right? I suppose I can ask a question. Okay, let me try. Contribution can associate to our understanding of operational organization. Yeah. What contribution can associate? Okay. So this one start off by introducing organizations are collective actors, group of individuals acting in concert that fundamentally structure monitoring systems. Organization, however, are contested concept. There are many ways to define organization based on theoretical perspectives. Therefore, there are different ways that sociology can contribute to the understanding of the operation of organization in society. This part here, I don't think the connection here is very good. Maybe you say there are the different ways we define it. Yeah? Maybe this one writes something about sociology. Yeah? Yeah? And say sociology is a subject that usually don't have agreement on things. Something about sociology first. Yeah? And then you say, therefore, sociology, because they always argue about a lot of things, they also argue about, they also have different ways. Yeah? That they contribute to understanding of the operation. Okay. The operation organization in society concerns the issue of effectiveness and efficiency. Okay, that is a very good way to put it. The person tried to define operations. Yeah. This can be explained by the contribution of sociology from different theoretical perspectives. This essay discussed the perspective of PE, resource dependency, which contributes to understanding operation in society. Okay, fine, but this is too general. Yeah? Maybe, as I said, whenever you write, yeah, this is exam. Every word score point, yeah. This kind of word doesn't score any point. It's a general thing. Yeah? We want to reduce that kind of thing. Yeah? You say, this essay discusses perspective of PE, yeah, that focus on the emergence and survival of the whole type population in nature organization. Okay, fine. Resource dependency, root in conflict perspective of mass and all that. This one no need to say. More important, this one is okay. This one say what PE say, what population ecology say. Yeah. But I think if you connect better to contribution would have been better, I think. What contribute to the operation? I'm sorry. Contribution to the operation. You say operation is defined in terms of effectiveness and efficiency, correct? So this part have to write about effectiveness and efficiency. Got it? You define operation in that way. Yeah? And you say sociology can help us different way to see how it is quickly, efficient, effective. This one, let's say, efficiency, effectiveness is being theorized differently. Yeah? PE say efficiency can be done. Then it say you have to be creative. Efficiency can be done if you observe the environment. Yeah? Resource dependency. Efficiency can be done by looking at the resources available. Yeah? So then it will be a good one. The flow and everything is good. Except this part missing here. The idea of operation is not here. Yeah? This one is more general thing that this perspective says. Yeah? Didn't write about operation, which is the question there. Insights into the contribution to understanding of the operation. But this one is good in the sense that the person tried to define what operation is. Okay, next, another look. Okay, look at this, yeah? Organizations are collective actors. Groups of individuals acting in concert that fundamentally structure modern existence. At the same time, they profoundly shape us. They profoundly shape what? Us, the participant. Okay, I'm not sure. However, organization is a contested concept. As there are many ways to define organization depending on theoretical perspectives, yeah, so we're going to continue, yeah. The operation in organization slightly varies from the kind of structure, particular formal organization which will lead us to the contribution of society can offer. This one, yeah. The way the definition of operation is done is ambiguous. Yeah, what do you mean by operation? It says here, the operation varies from the kind of structure. Particularly formal organization will lead us to control. This sentence is vague, not quite sure what it is. Not very clear. That's the debate from PE institutional resource dependency allow us to have an understanding of operation. The main thing here of this introduction is the definition of operation. Yeah? The other one was better because that one had defined it. And if that paper were to introduce this perspective and link it to efficiency and effectiveness, that would have been a very good introduction. Yeah? This one somehow is still general. Yeah? It doesn't connect with operation. Let's see what else. Everybody seems to say the same thing. You see, organization work very actively in concert that fundamental structure modern existence, organization in a large international base, government agency or virtual organization. However, there are many ways to define organization. In the process, the operation of organization concerns the issue of effectiveness. Somehow this is good. Effectiveness means the ultimate efficiency of this course, in this case, is to show in what way has sociologists help us understand the organization and issue. This is very good. For example, the scientific management and labor Taylor say efficiency and effectiveness can be achieved if organization approach ID type. However, the humanist advocate model that is lateral labor. This introduction is very good. Yeah? If I were to change this, I would take away, for example. Yeah? I would say in this essay. Yeah? these will be discussed. And then after that, you follow. Okay? In two paragraphs probably, you have scientific management, Taylor and Weber. Yeah? And then another paragraph, business consequences. Okay? So, you have introduction, they operate or operationalize or define what operation is, yeah, in terms of efficiency and effectiveness. And then later say it depends on the structure. You see that? So, and then, look at these two different ideas about how it could be efficient and effective. And then the paragraphs that will follow will be how the operation that is defined as efficiency and effectiveness can be achieved according to different perspectives. Okay? Yeah. Okay, 3 more questions we have. Okay. Question number 25. Major insights. Okay. You guys try to go look for something nice to say about organization. We keep reading the same thing. Organizations are collaborators. Where group engineers work towards common goal, organizations are around us and are closely tied to the society. Yeah? Organizations are around us is going okay. Closely tied to the society, this one ambiguous, not quite sure what it is. There is no definition of organization. There are many theoretical perspectives to define it. The study of organization focuses on 3 main areas: how organization change, emergent change, power in organization, strategy. Yeah, emergence of this type do not focus on how single and all that. Next, this one is no need. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to give them detail about this. Yeah, what you need here is the question. Yeah, that is a quick introduction, fine. And they say, this one say, the study of sociology organization focus on reasoning. Don't say that. Don't say the study of sociology. Say the sociology organization offer insights into these 3 areas. So change the word insight into something else. Yeah? Into an understanding of 3 areas. Then there will be a good one. Understanding of emergence, of how power is used, strategy, and then you introduce theories or perspective. Yeah? In this essay, yeah, these theories or these perspectives will be discussed to show how they have provided us with better insight or understanding. Yeah? And then later, you write about this perspective. This one is now quite easy because it can be quite descriptive, yeah, into what they say. Yeah, that provide us understanding or insights. In the world today, is it in the world? Is it in the world? I think so. In the world today, right? Is it? Something like that. I think in the world today. Organizations are being set up everywhere for many things. Is it? For many things. They are all around us. Okay? Why don't just organizations are around us? And we most probably are part of it too. Some view organizations as structure, undertaking decision of labor, hierarchy, like labor, whereas some others view organization as an avenue where individuals come together, exchange their ideas and views like employees. There are, however, no definition of organization. This one is just the first point, yeah? Yeah, I mean, first and the second point, a lot more. They haven't got into the question yet. Let's have a look at these 2 other questions. Compare, contrast. and structure and function. Let's have a look at the structure and function first, because that one is more difficult. Oh, I love this diagram. Can you imagine how nice it is, really? An organization can be defined as a plan, coordinated, and purposeful action of means working to achieve passion, create a common goal. However, there are many ways to define organization depending on the expertise. There is often a conflict about definition by the interpretive instructions. Yeah. Both the structures and the interpretive instructions offer their own perspectives based on their ideologies, not ideology. This one sounds like ontology. These two theories can be used to comprehend the reasons behind the structure of organization. For example, structure organization may be formal or informal, depend on the theories. Similarly, the theories can be used to explain the issues of effectiveness and efficiency. Yeah? So, what is the question? The question asks for structure and functioning. Yeah? This one has it. I would like to see it more direct. Yeah, more direct. But this one has it. It said, just split it into two paragraphs, okay, no problem. Yeah, this one is about different definition. Yeah, and it said, I would actually link these with this and start a new paragraph here, in fact. Yeah, say they have different opinion based on different ontologies. As a paragraph. And then another paragraph, then I would say, that theory can be used to comprehend. Not really the reason behind the structure, you have to define structure. Yeah? Maybe in terms of how it looks. Then you see the structure can be formal, informal, good. Yeah? Similarly, the theories can also be used to explain the issue of this one a bit ambiguous. Yeah? You want to write the word operation here. Yeah? And I said operation connect to the issue of effectiveness and efficiency. And then you introduce perspectives. Yeah? So this one doesn't have perspectives yet. Organizations are important in society. Their roles play a big part to our lives by providing, for example, what is it? Jobs. Organizations represent people with purpose, such as business and government department. This paper will show the similarities of the two theories to explain the relation and division of the different departments that exist in the organization. And also how the organizations operate. One of the theories that can be compared is Weber. Weber defines organizations as this characteristic was seen as an ideal type to achieve goals in the organization. Another theory will be by, which one will be good? By interpretation. Okay, now let's look at this in detail. This introduction, okay, just like other introductions, is not really that interesting for a while, but it's to open up the topic. He said this people will show the similarities. These similarities, not just that, compare here to both similarity and dissimilarities. Yeah? Two theories to explain the arrangement of relation of different parts this part here, the person tried to define structure. Yeah, but this definition is kind of ambiguous. Yeah, and the way it is put is not very interesting. Yeah, if you don't know how to, just write the word structure in there. Yeah, that two theories differ in the explanation of the structure. Yeah, the other one is better whether it's formal or it's not formal. Yeah, because otherwise when you write all these departments, it's a bit ambiguous, don't know what it is. You know, by that. Okay. And then you introduce Weber, which is fine. Structure, Weber. Weber defined organizations, no need. Too soon. Wait until later you write. Yeah, you want to quickly introduce another perspective. Okay, I hope at least you learn a bit more. And sorry, I don't have time to do all this because this class is that late. Next week, in fact, I have to try to show you, but I got no time today. Yeah, I need to show you what I wrote on this. I'll do it next week. Now, let me tell you what I have uploaded. Now, I have uploaded a big set of notes in Microsoft Word format. Yeah? I count it was like something like 60 pages. But you know, all these 60 pages will be overwhelming. Because I also copy the questions, exam questions. If you don't want to print out those questions, no need to print them out. Because I repeat the question again. Yeah? But I did give you exam questions of all these like how many examples of about 7 or 8 questions. Yeah? Now I'm going to print out. What you want to print out are the answers. Yeah? Try to print out and then you can see. So that when I point out to you, okay, definition is what you can just write it down. Okay? Bring that to us because next week we are going to look through exam 2011 and so forth. Okay?